What's up, Turtle Riders? Welcome to Turtle Boy Live. This isn't Turtle Boy Live. This is Uncle Turtle Boy's Late Night Garage Podcast, brought to you by our good friends over at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. All right. If you have one of those old garages like I don't have, all right, luckily, because I moved into a house that has a nice fancy thing where you press a button and the garage door magically goes up. Right, but I know a lot of people that don't live life like that, and I feel terrible for them. Every time I drive by a house and I see one of those old garages where the people have to get out like it's freaking 1991 and open up the door with their hands and then get back in their car and then drive the car into the garage, and then they got to close the garage door with their hands. What are you doing? Get with the times. All right. You need to call our friends up at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. You can find them online at gdplus.com. They do quality craftsmanship at a fair price all over the South Shore, North Shore, Rhode Island, Central Mass, Western Mass. Doesn't matter. New Hampshire, they'll go anywhere except Vermont and Coleraine. So, yeah, definitely give them a buzz. Let them know that they're welcome, because they actually got they got their first harassing voicemail today. They kind of had their turtle cherry popped. And the guy, Chris, that owns Garage Doors Plus, was loving it. All right, a lot of people and that's how I know this guy's a winner. A lot of people a lot of our advertisers, when they get harassed by, people that are bothering them or whatever, they back off, right? They get scared of these people. They're like, oh no, I don't like getting harassed. People are being mean to me. Maybe I shouldn't advertise with these guys, right? Not this guy. Chris, this is what the text message, this is what, he gets a call from this number, right? And he goes, just an anonymous tip. You're sponsoring a person who's been banned and blacklisted by various websites numerous times, which doesn't reflect well on your business. I won't reply. And Chris responds by saying, sounds like you're a weirdo with too much time on your hands and shouldn't be hide behind a fake number and should mind your own business. So that is awesome. That is awesome. Oh, by the way, so yeah, a lot of people wanted visual. Oh yeah, so so a lot of people are like, hey, why don't you put your face on there? So here we go. Here's my stupid face. There we go. And I am actually in the garage. Like, this is not a fucking lie. I don't know how to zoom out. Hold on. There we go. How the fuck do I do that? There we go. Boom, Turtle Boy. There it is. And I'm actually in my car, in my garage. I do these live from the garage. And yeah, there's that. All right, so I'm going to do, you guys, we're going to do it right now is we're going to call this guy up. All right, this is the gentleman who decided that he did not want to, he wants to harass our advertisers. So let's see what he has to say, shall we? Call him up.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Ooh, dial a ratchet. All right, so he is pussing out. He answered when I called before. I called him immediately as soon as I got this message from Chris. And, of course, like the gutless coward that he is, he hung up on me. Because I'm not scared of these people. Like, these people, as far as I'm concerned, are coming after my family because this is my livelihood. We're obviously struggling. And these cocksuckers who think they can shut us up by bothering our advertisers. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Like for him to say, just an anonymous tip. Yeah, that's all it is. You're sponsoring a person who's been banned and blacklisted by various websites numerous times. What websites have we been banned from, sir? Facebook's not a website. It's a platform. Right? And we're not banned from there. We're still on there. Here we are on YouTube. I'm failing to see the Twitter. Yes, they're cocksuckers. And I actually want to talk about Twitter today. So, as you guys saw with the Joe Rogan podcast, you guys followed Joe Rogan? All right. Uncle, did you vote on what gender I am? Well, I assume you're a guy, Toast Malone. Was it a local number? No. The area code's 832, which turns out is Houston. So we have boycotters in Houston now. People advertising a Garage Doors place in Quincy. And that kind of adds to the bullshit of it all. And I wrote about this in the book a lot, right? It's like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to do business with you. I'm not going to get my garage door installed. In Houston? Yeah, So they obviously you're going to miss that a lot, right? So anyway, what are people saying about Gaffney? One thing I want to talk about was the Joe Rogan podcast. So a lot of you guys read that blog, right? And I appreciate your help with that. And we got so he has Jack Dorsey on his podcast. And he's one of the most listened to podcasts, in the world. And I think he's the most downloaded one actually on iTunes. I listen to him sometimes if he has a guest. A lot of times it's like UFC guys. I'm not into that. I can't relate, so I don't listen to that. But if it's like an interesting person, I'm going to listen. And obviously the CEO of Twitter's on there, I'm going to listen. Jack Dorsey is a fucking weirdo. He went to Myanmar like a month ago and live tweeted like all his freaking meditation and all this weird fucking shit. You got to go on his Twitter. He's just the biggest weirdo. Which is funny and all until you realize, like, this guy, what the fuck is that? My alarm's going off? I've never had that happen before. Anyway, this guy is in charge of, like, deciding who gets to say what, in our society. And I'm going to play you part of this thing because it's pretty insane. I got it actually. Let me know if you guys can hear this. I'm going to turn the volume up.
It's certainly threatening to certain services behind banks. Are languages around the world and
what I used to do a lot would post something ridiculous, right. And then I'll go and I'll look at the responses. I'm like, bah! Like, I don't even care.
It's a public conversation.
Yes.
You can see how everyone reacts, but like it's all the interesting thing about Twitter is there's not one Twitter. It's like you have politics Twitter, which can be super toxic. You have sports Twitter, you have NBA Twitter, you have MMA Twitter, you have UFC Twitter, you have K-pop Twitter, you have
Black
Twitter, you have Black Twitter.
That's Jamie's.
I didn't think good. Hold on. Actually, I'm supposed to watch it on YouTube. I should have prepared for this, right? And people were really mad at Rogan, right? Because Rogan usually asks good questions, and he's like the road. So he's got some people on his podcast that are conservative, some people who are liberal. He just wants to hear them say what they got to say, whatever. Here we go.
We have aspirations to
in person, and
so the simple answer is we look at conduct. We don't look at the speech itself. We look at conduct. We look at how. That's a heavy action. So that's the last resort.
Can you guys hear this?
But we look at the conduct. We look at oftentimes, as you said, like the probability of someone who is harassing one person, it's highly probable that they're also harassing 10 more people.
Right.
So we can look at that behavior. We can look at how many times this person is being blocked or muted or reported. And based on all those...
so one thing he says right there, he goes, we kick people off based on how many times they're blocked or muted. I know a lot of people blocked Turtle Boy when we were on Twitter, which is fine. But that's actually something he admits is like factored into whether or not you're even allowed on there. Like if you are blocked a lot, then you can't be on. Like what?
We can actually take some action, but we also have to correlate it with the other side of that because people go on and they coordinate blocks as well, and they coordinate harassment and they coordinate. I'm sorry, not harassment, but reporting.
Yeah, like what's happened to us. They coordinate reporting. Coordinate it.
To take the voice off the service. So these are the considerations we have to make, but it all starts with conduct. And often
here's another part.
Tone down there, even though
this was the most telling part, around 48 minutes. Hold on. Let me pull up to this part.
I'm not sure what not removing.
Popular, and they have all these people that like to listen to them. Like, what is the responsibility of these platforms, whether it's popular, and they have all these people that like to listen to them?
The fuck?
Like, what is the responsibility of these platforms, whether it's YouTube or Twitter or anyone? Like, what is their responsibility to decide whether or not someone should or shouldn't be able to speak? And
he's asking him a good question.
This is a thing that I've been struggling with.
What is your responsibility?
I bounce around inside my own head
for deciding who can and cannot speak?
Man, pretty much everyone does. YouTube does, and it's it is a hugely significant discussion that is left to a very relatively small amount of people. And this is why this discussion of what is social media is.
So he's got a good point there, right? He's like, we're leaving up like we're leaving the idea of who can be censored up to a really small amount of people. Good, Joe Rogan. Keep going.
Is it something that everybody has a right to? Or is it something that should be restricted to only people that are willing to behave?
So this is the great question. Is it a right? Is this like a utility? Like they can't just shut off your water, can they? Or your electricity or shit like that? Let's see what he says.
And carry themselves in a certain way.
I believe it's something that everyone has a right to.
Everyone has a right to.
But you still ban people. Like Alex Jones. You guys were the last guys to keep Alex Jones on the platform. You were the last ones.
Yeah.
And I believe you hung in there until he started harassing you personally, right?
No. He did not.
Came to your house. He begged.
No. He did very different things on our platform versus the others.
Okay.
So we saw this domino effect over a weekend of one platform banning him, and then another in very, very quick succession.
Right.
And people, I think, would have assumed that we would just have fun.
Yeah, so they talk about, Alex Jones. I hate when they bring up Alex Jones because he's like the most extreme. They always try to be on that one, right? Like, oh, we just kick off people like Alex Jones. It's like, nah, you kick off everyone, dude. You kick off a lot of people, right? Turtle Boy Sports is not Alex Jones. We're not out here saying that, Sandy Hook is a false flag. And honestly, even if we did, who gives a shit? Just let people say what they want to say, right? How does that affect anyone? Don't listen to them if you don't want to hear them. Right? So, anyway, I thought that whole thing was interesting, but Rogan really he doesn't follow up with the tough questions. The fact that he's like, he didn't even know what Alex Jones was banned for, right? He doesn't have like a list. Like if I went to this interview, I would add a fucking list of people who have been banned. It is a long fucking list, right? And they're almost all conservative. Almost all of them. And so you got to talk about that. You do have to talk about that. That's one thing I want to hit on today. Another thing I wanted to hit on, I do want to get to the State of the Union, but I see this on Facebook, and it's just like, that's not the one. Where is it? There was something that happened in Foxborough. Some parent posted this. Let me see if I can find it. Fupa computer. You see it in action right there. You see all these freaking tabs I have up, right? Yeah, it's insane. Check out this. This is what this woman posts in Foxborough discussion. My family moved here in June 2017. Right? We are a mixed race, multicultural family coming from the Cayman Islands and Jamaica. But I actually grew up in Easton. Okay, so first of all, you're not a we are a multicultural. No, your family's multicultural. You're a basic white chick from Easton. All right? And you married a guy who apparently is Jamaican or whatever, and you're basically using him and your kids as a fucking prop in your game of wokeness immediately, as soon as I see that. So she writes, I came back to the United States and Foxborough in particular because of the schools for my children. But yes, the schools are vastly superior in the United States than they are on some fucking island where, people go to hide their money. Yes, absolutely. My 14-year-old daughter has said that she has felt discrimination at the school. Last year at Ahern, and this year at Foxborough High. And not isolated incidents either. Today, my daughter came home from high school and sent me a text. Mom, there was a racial slur on the wall in the girls' bathroom at school. No N-words allowed. The school made an announcement about it over the loudspeaker, and it was removed. Do you see why I want to move from Foxborough? I'm sad for my children, my husband, and this entire community. Okay, you know where you're not going to see no N-words allowed on the bathroom stall? Brockton High School. So put your money where your mouth is, pack your shit up, and move to Brockton if you're that fucking worried about it. But you're not going to do that, are you? You're not going to fucking do that. Because you like Foxborough. Because it's a wealthy town. And you enjoy living there. Right? And they got good schools. And first of all, I highly doubt this happened. Okay? I would say 15% chance this happened. Because there's no picture of it. No picture. And even if it did happen, more importantly, who gives a flying fuck that it says no N-words allowed in the bathroom? Like, you tell me. I want to read you guys some messages that I got back when those flyers came out. I've been meaning to publish this in a blog, but I just haven't had the time. But back when those flyers went out to every house in Holden, let me see if I can find these. And every single person in town got one of these things in the mail. Where'd it go? I got some nice messages, right? And I'm bringing this up because my point here is that you can't be a whiny cunt because people say mean things. You can't do it. It's no way to go through life. It's no way to go through life. Where the hell is it? I got so many death threats, and I can't even keep track of them. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me read this to you. Some guy named Alec Olson. Where the fuck did this guy go? Okay, this is what he writes to me. You're going to wish I never found this. Glad it has your address. You're going to wish you never made that post you did about my father. And no, it's not a threat, it's a promise. I assure you that. You will regret it. Ha ha. Hope you have eyes on the back of your skull, motherfucker. Because you're going to need them. So I said, I never wrote... And so this guy, I Google him, right? I see his page. His father was some guy from Peabody, or his stepfather was some guy from Peabody, who was driving really fast. North Shore Turtle Babe wrote a blog about him, which was, she's like my cruelest blogger. She's just ruthless. Sometimes we've had to, ask her, like, hey, maybe not, make fun of everyone who's dead. But anyway, she just fucking the guy was a douchebag. He was speeding and acting like an asshole and whatever. So she made fun of the whole situation. Anyway, I don't even fucking know who this guy is. And I guess this guy was in the blog defending his father. So I'm like, I never wrote about your father, but I am bringing this to the police. All right. And he goes on to say, what the hell did he say next? He goes, go right ahead, you piece of shit. You're the owner of the page, you lying fuck. Tell the cops they can give me a call. You probably got him on speed dial, you child molesting faggot. Oh no! So far, if you're keeping track at home, I've gotten, 2 death threats right there already? A promise to shoot me in the back of the head. He tells me that he also calls me a child molesting faggot. What if I'm gay? Right? That's a hate crime against me because I'm gay. It's the same shit with this. Except the difference between what's happening to me here and what's happening there is this is an actual human being with his name attached to it telling me in no uncertain terms how he's going to end my life. Whereas that is fucking writing on a bathroom stall. That's it. So, he goes on to say, I go, okay. He goes, call him up, bro. I'm like, well, if you look at the blog about your father, you'll notice it's written by a woman. He goes, I don't give a fuck if Jesus Christ came off the cross and wrote it. You're the owner of the page. You're the one that's getting laid out when I see you. Trust and believe, and again, not a threat. That's a promise. So I said, oh, and this is the way you should handle a kid. If I was talking to this kid, I'd be like, look, kid, this is the way you handle this shit. I said, oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. What am I going to do now, right? You're this big fucking 130-pound guy who lives in California, who, by the way, we found out is there. What the fuck is going on with my car right now? Jesus Christ. He's there because his dad, he's a junkie, right? They sent him to rehab in California because rehab in Massachusetts couldn't fix him. So, he goes, I would be scared if I were you. You got a lot of people looking for you. Don't worry, man. I'm not scared to catch a charge. You're worth catching a charge for. I feel like that could be a Valentine. Like, oh, I never catch a charge unless I'm catching a charge with you, Turtle Boy. Ha. So, obviously, you scared, calling the cops. Ha ha ha. Pussy. Oh, man, I'm so fucking scared of this guy. So I let into him. I got to find my old conversation. I wasn't backing down to him. Like, I just went on there. Let me see if I can find the rest of this. If you'll excuse me. I'm not like a badass or anything like that, but you have to let these people know that they're not getting to you, And so I said, this is what I said to him. I said, don't forget your gun when you come. I'll have mine. He says, I don't need a gun, buddy. I go, well, I would highly recommend bringing a gun if you're going to come to my house. I mean, you can come without one, but just understand, I will have a gun. If you step on my property and I perceive you as a threat to my family, it will be my pleasure to put a bullet in your worthless head. No one will cry. No one will miss you. When the cops will come, I'll probably have to fill out some paperwork because at the end of the day, that's what your life is worth. You're fucking some paperwork. That's it. Nobody's going to fucking charge me over killing you. You're worthless. You're worthless. That's why you're a fucking junkie. I mean, you just have to hurt these people. So I keep going. I go, I don't need a gun. He goes, I would highly recommend it. He goes, go ahead and call the cops, though. I go, no, there ain't going to be no cop calling. I live kind of far from the police station anyway. I go, it'll be a pleasure defending my house. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I haven't had a chance to shoot at something with the pulse yet. Right? And he goes, I'm like, so please, actually, the more I think about it, please come. And he goes, low life, says the one that writes posts about people. So you see now how I'm winning? How this started off as a threat? How it starts off with him in control. He's only in control because he thinks he's scaring you. Right? But now that I've turned it on him, A, I'm not scared. And now, B, I'm the fucking aggressor now. And so now it's like, oh, you write posts about people, you're mean. Oh, now I got him on the ropes. I go, oh, did the words hurt your feelings? Did my female writer hurt you? You poor thing. How does it feel to get broken emotionally by a chick? That must hurt. He goes, it doesn't matter who wrote it. You're going to pay for disrespecting my family. I said, look it. Like I said, you know where I live. I'm a proud Second Amendment man. And if you come to my house, I will gladly come on my property, I will gladly blow your head off if that's what it takes to defend my house. It'll be my pleasure. So please come. I'm begging you. I go, your feeling, just as a reminder, your feelings got hurt by a woman because you were a weak little pussy. Okay? And then he's like, yeah, go call the cops like you said you were, bitch. So now he's changing it. Now he knows that I have a gun, and if he comes to my house, it's not going to be good for him. I mean, he's going to show up in his fists. Good luck. I did call the cops, but probably not going to need them. But for your hope, you should probably hope they come. If I were you, I would call the cops before coming, right? I go, because you look like you'd be fun in jail, right? You look like you'd be good cum shot practice, right? And he goes on to say, he goes, oh, good man, hiding behind a screen and talk shit. I assure you, you won't be talking shit when I see you. Eyes in the back of your head, right? And child molesting faggot, cop calling pussy, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, please come. And then I find out more shit about him. I go, I'll pay for your plane ticket to come here because I know that you're in rehab and your broke ass can't afford it. And then he writes back to me, don't worry, bub. I hold my own. Unlike your bitch ass, can't handle your own issues. That's why you talk shit about others. Once again, I didn't write this plug. Must got a lot going on mentally. You got a lot of people waiting for the right moment to get you. I'm still waiting. Hello? Hi? Still waiting. Come get me. Me, Uncle Turtle Boy. Hello? This is your big chance, right? I was anonymous and you couldn't find me. Here I fucking am. Oh no, so scared. Right? And he goes on, you got a lot of people waiting for you. Can't wait till it happens. Obviously, you're one of those dudes that got bullied in school, so you have to write shit about others to feel better? I didn't get bullied. I wasn't a bully, and I wasn't a bully. I was bullied a little in middle school, but I feel like we all were. That's another story. Anyway, so you have to write shit about others to feel better? You couldn't even make it to be a cop? Well, I didn't want to be a cop. I honestly, if I wasn't a teacher, that would have been my backup line of work as police officer, which I don't know if I could do now, day and age. But the main reason I didn't want to become a cop is I like smoking weed. That was a big thing. I'm like, I can't give up. I like pot too much. I can't stop smoking pot. So anyway, you couldn't even make it to be a cop, so you became a teacher and got in trouble for molesting kids. Once they start saying that, they've lost the argument. Just a reminder, a girl talks shit about you, blah, blah, blah. And so then I find out, this is what I said to him. And this, because now, so here's what you do. And this is what I would tell this girl. If you can find out who wrote this on the bathroom stall, right? Then you have to find out the biggest weakness of that person. And you have to burn them. You have to destroy them. And so I'm like, you know what? This guy's mad at me because North Shore Turtle Babe wrote a blog about his dead stepfather. So I said, hey, this weekend I'm going to be hanging out with my dad. Sucks you can't do the same. Oh, you know that burned him. You know it fucking burned him. Right? And then I find out, right, that was his stepdad that died. He's got another dad that somebody tells me. And the real dad is like an alcoholic. So I said, you know what I like having? 2 parents who are still living. It's the best. And sorry if you don't have 2 parents who are still living. Nothing against you. I'm not going to say that to you because I'm not an asshole unless you threaten my life. And then I will find the biggest weakness that you have and I will exploit it. Because I know now he's sitting in California and he can't do anything. And he's fucking crying and I'm making him cry. See, he came on the offensive and now he's crying like a bitch. Right? And he's like, and so I sent him a picture of his own father. I go, at least you still have backup dad if he ever stops hitting the bottle, right? It's nice to have a backup dad. And then I found out that his fucking mother, right, was the reason that daddy was out, North Shore Turtle Babe. I messaged her about it. I'm like, I don't even remember this fucking blog, but this guy's all fired up. And so I sent him back a message, and I said point blank, your mom was cheating on your stepdad, which was why he was out going crazy. So how does that feel? Like, your family's so fucked up, right? How does that feel? That must suck to be you. My life's great. I got 2 awesome kids. I got a beautiful wife. I own Turtle Boy. Life's going fine for me. How's life for you? It sucks. And you couldn't even win this conversation. You came here to threaten me, and you failed at that. And so that's what I would tell this girl. If this did in fact happen, right? And it actually said N-words, no N-words allowed. First of all, is that true? Of course it's not true. Of course black people are allowed in Foxborough High School. Stop it. Who gives a fuck if some idiot writes something on the bathroom stall? That's it. I lived in a fraternity. You should have seen the shit that was written on our bathroom stalls. Some of the most vile shit you've ever seen in your life, right? Usually about random chicks, whoever. And if they saw it, they'd probably freak out. But it is what it is. It's fucking literally guys. And it's it's like the only crime you can't get caught for too. Right? Because how the fuck are they going to know who did it? You're going to put cameras in the stalls? Can't do that. You're never going to find out. And, I mean, just think about this. To do this and then just post this on the Foxborough discussion page and get 5 million fucking all these people. Oh, parents, start talking to your kids tonight. Sit them down. Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shame on the school for not doing it. The fuck do you want the school to do? Sorry, kids. No more shitting during school hours. That's the only way you're going to solve this. Stop it. What a fucking joke. Let's see what people are saying about that. Brett says he's so proud of me, Uncle. I appreciate it. I learned it from watching you, Dad. All right, I learned it from watching you. What else are people saying? Hit the nerve when they react. It's how you want it. Exactly, Brett. You have to control it, right? You cannot let these people have the upper hand. What I would have done with I was a girl, right? If it did in fact happen, I'd take a picture of it and be like, look it. Somebody wrote this on the bathroom stall, right? But guess what? Whoever wrote this is a racist, cracker-ass hoe, right? Who has to write her words because she can't say them because she got too much dick in her mouth, right? And I'm going to be going to college, and I'm going to be successful, and she's going to be getting fucked by the backup safety for the Patriots, right? And then he's going to ditch her The second he gets pregnant, he ain't never paying child support. Right? That's what an empowered woman would do. That's the way I'm raising my kids to be. Empowered. Right? You got to take power from these people. If I'm operating on the assumption that this is true, okay? I don't give a fuck if it's true or not. If it's true, right? Then that's what you got to do. You can't let these people have the power. What this mother did is the exact fucking opposite. She taught her kid to be a victim. To go on here and be like, oh, somebody wrote something on the bathroom stall. We leave now. Not them. We gotta fucking leave. Why the fuck do we gotta leave? And not them. You're the racist. You get the fuck out. What? I mean, the victim culture, the fact that we reward and empathize, like this fucking victim culture. It's so fucking cool to be a victim. She went on a community page and posted this. If you're gonna move, fucking move. Nobody wants to hear why you're fucking moving. Shut the fuck up. Weak ass kid. That you're raising a bunch of weak ass fucking kids. I'd be ashamed to parent like that and to brag about it. Give me a fucking break. Blowing a gasket over here. Anyway, let's see what people are saying. Any questions you guys have? Victim culture is disgusting. Victimization is so popular. It really is. I mean, everybody, you see it in Congress all the time, right? It's just so cool for these people to be like, oh, I'm part of a marginalized group. I don't have any shot in this country, right? People are mean to me. America's racist. Blah, 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 blah. Why is that cool? When did that become cool? So, I mean, what'd you guys think of the State of the Union last night, by the way? Because I'll tell you my thoughts real quick. Right? I'm not the biggest Trump fan in the world, but I love his State of the Unions. They're the fucking best. There's two Trumps, right? There's teleprompter Trump and there's Twitter Trump. 99% of the time you get Twitter Trump. And it's just debauchery. Right? It's nonsense. But then there's teleprompter Trump and it's really fucking good. It's like, who is this guy? It's like, he's like fucking being nice to people and being nice to Democrats. And he's just like, he congratulated all those women in white who are wearing white to protest them. He congratulated them on their historic election. And they didn't know what the fuck to do. They showed up there to be cunty. And he didn't let it happen. He had all these positive stories that literally anybody in their right mind would be like, that's fucking good. The Latino ICE agent that he brought with him, who has saved victims of human trafficking. So clap if you think stopping human trafficking is a good thing. Everybody fucking clapped, except for them. They just sat there with the bitch face on. I don't like that shit. I don't like Orange Man bad. Orange Man bad. Unbelievable. And they all the partial birth abortion thing, right? They're talking about like, maybe we shouldn't take babies out of the womb and kill them. Maybe not. Clap. That's a good thing. I definitely don't like taking babies out of the womb and killing them. They all sat there and nope. I like partial birth abortion. I like it. It's my favorite. I don't like how this orange man is trying to take that away from me. Are these people insane? Are they trying to lose the election? Because he had a 76% approval rating in that speech last night. He never gets that. It was a very uniting speech. And, I mean, for Christ's sake, he brought a Holocaust survivor and the guy who liberated him, and it just so happened to be his fucking birthday. His fucking birthday. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right? So, how'd you like the anti-socialism stuff? Bernie always looks like he's holding in a dump. Bernie looked the same way at the DNC. Bernie's a miserable human being, man. I fucking hate Bernie. I can't stand that self-serving douchebag. All of them. I can't stand them. I mean, maybe there's some out there I like. They just don't talk. The ones I like. I liked Trump last night. I thought he was excellent. How about Pocahontas last night? Yeah. Pocahontas had a rough 24 hours. Turns out she got fucking narked by the Washington Post, which is as liberal as you get. They narked her out. And they found some admission form where she actually wrote in American fucking Indian. And nobody gives a fuck on the left. Everyone's just like, oh, well. Have you guys been seeing what's going on in Virginia, by the way? Virginia's wild right now. Right? We know that the governor likes to wear blackface back in the day, or Ku Klux Klan. He doesn't remember. But then all of a sudden he said it wasn't him. So everyone thought he was going to resign. And if he resigns, then the next guy, the lieutenant governor, Fairfax, takes over, who's obviously a Democrat too. But the day afterwards, Fairfax gets credibly accused of sexual assault by a 45-year-old Democrat lawyer. Not like Christine Blasey Ford was a Democrat accusing a Republican of something that happened 35 years ago, right, allegedly, that there's no witnesses for, right, that there's no proof these two ever met. But we have to believe women. In this case, you have a woman, and he actually admits, yeah, we fucked. We were fucking. But that shit was consensual. So he admits, yeah, I know this woman. I fucked this woman. And she's lying. And she's a Democrat, too. And she's a black woman, too. But we can't believe her. We don't believe her. No one's asking him to resign. So third in line, in case neither of those two get in, is the Attorney General, who for some fucking reason comes out of the woodwork today and just volunteers. He's like, yeah, back in the 80s, me and my friends dressed up as rappers and we wore brown face. What? He just comes out and volunteers it. Which, my thoughts on blackface, I don't give a fuck about blackface. Paint your face whatever you want to color it. It's not racist. You can't call face paint fucking racist. And what I said was like, well, can you do brown? Can you do navy blue? Can you do charcoal? Well, apparently you can't. I bet you navy blue is going to be next. And then charcoal gray. And then light gray. Right? Next thing you know, they're all going to be banned. You can't wear any face paint. And it's just like that shit needs to end. So here's the part. Fourth in line is the leader of the Virginia House of Delegates. Right? He's a Republican, though. Now, here's the fucked up part. Virginia, their House of Representatives, has the exact same number of Republicans and Democrats. So how do they pick a winner? They literally picked a name out of a hat. They had one Republican and one Democrat. The Republican won. I shit you not. This is fucking how politics works. So, really, if the Democrats are consistent, blackface has to go. Then rapist has to go. And then brownface has to go. I don't make the rules, they do. But none of them are fucking resigning. It's such fucking hypocrisy. I mean, everything the left stands for, guys. Sorry if you are a leftist. I'd love to hear someone defend this. Is bullshit. I mean, they don't mean anything that they say. They don't mean a single fucking thing. They don't care about any of this stuff. Right? We saw that. They do not care about women who accuse men of sexual assault. They don't. They don't give a shit. They don't care about blackface. Because all these people are still in office. So anyway, that was my rant about that. Yes, now she's trying to be like, oh, well, you know, I never said I was a tribal citizenship. Bitch, you wrote American Indian. You wrote that shit. You looked in the mirror, you saw a white woman, and you wrote American Indian anyway. Even if you did think that you were like one whatever Native American, you're still fucking 8 fucking ninths white in your mind. So you pick white. Why would you pick such a small fraction for a phenotype that you don't even show? You tell me that. Athena says, is getting a tan racist? It will be. It will be, baby. Right? I emailed Liam Neeson. Told him you were black. Check your inbox. Okay. Did you hear Cory Booker saying he has a boo? When asked about his love life. I missed that. Cory Booker, won't be president of the United States. But if he was, I'm pretty sure he'd eventually become America's first openly gay president. I don't know what's taking him so long. It's like the fucking worst kept secret in the world. Fucking Spartacus, Mr. Potato Head. Oh, they're all a fucking joke. Kamala Harris, all she talked about is race. Go on her Twitter. Everything's about race. If this is their plan, if they think the issues that resonate with Americans are access to partial birth abortion and racism is everywhere, good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. They've learned nothing. So, any other questions you guys have? Any other questions? I'm black from the waist down, Brett says. What if a black person painted their face white? That's cool. We all saw the movie White Chicks. We know that's fine. How about those Patriots, baby? What's not to love, folks? Finally, we got that stress-free Super Bowl, right, that we wanted. We earned it. We're God's chosen people. Get your shirts, by the way, right? You can get them right now on the Turtle Boy store. The God Loves Us More shirts. We finally got the win that I wanted, which was like a win in which we got to take a knee at the end. We never get that, do we? It's always some fucking drama. Something happened. We win a field goal, lose on a fucking last-second play, whatever. We finally got a 10-point fucking lead with 2 minutes to go. And we were in a position where we're just counting down the clock. It was great, man. It was great. I like what Ashley's been saying about Michelle Carter. Oh, GarageBand went down. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, the Michelle Carter thing, right? I disagree with it completely. I mean, as evil as that bitch is, as much as I don't like her and what she stands for, and she's really ugly too. I don't like that. And the things she wrote to that kid, fucked up. But at the end of the day, either we have self-control over ourselves or we don't, right? Words cannot make you do anything. They can't. They're just words. Now, I will say this, right? There are lines that can be drawn. Like, for instance, what if he was mentally handicapped, right? What if he was retarded? Then you're intentionally saying words to someone who doesn't have the mental capacity to think right. And I think in that case, you got an argument there with this, because it's like, if you're suicidal, if you're honestly trying to kill yourselves, you're not in the right frame of mind, right? And what is your intention if you're this chick? I mean, you're trying to make sure he dies. Like, what the fuck? I've never heard anything like that before. But at the end of the day, I do worry about the precedent that's being set. Simply because it'll just enable people who want to whine about, oh, you could kill someone, Turtle Boy. Yeah. Yeah, like you said, I like that, Ashley. She is a moral criminal, not a murderer. That's a very good point. Very good point. Get back in the truck. Yeah, what a fucking cunt, huh? And honestly, at least she's only going for 15 months. It honestly do her some good, right? These people that go to jail, it humbles them a little bit. She'll be fucking fine. 15 months, give me a break. Give me a break. Yeah, suggestion should not be illegal. I mean, these are the same people who champion like Jack Kevorkian and assisted suicide and shit. It's like, what? Yeah, I didn't even do that. Me, yeah, even Brett wouldn't do that. Yeah, that's a slippery slope. It is. It is a very, very slippery slope. He got out. She made him get back in. I mean, words can't make you do anything, man. Words can't make you do anything. Yeah. David Leclerc says, why would the Democrats' rebuttal be someone not in office? That's a great... Well, because it's very simple, David. Because she's intersectional. She checks off... Stacey Abrams checks off a few boxes, right? Black, female, obese, right? Did I miss any? And what's really sad is that thanks to the Trump economy, she's like one of the only black women in America who's unemployed right now. Yeah, so it was an interesting choice bringing her up. They love her. They fucking love her, though. Yeah. What else are people asking? Well, Charles Manson did the same thing. Okay, so that's a good point. Charles Manson actually drove those people to the homes and gave them drugs and shit. Like, the girls that fucking, the Helter Skelter people, they were all fucked up on acid. I mean, read up on them. And they literally went to these people's homes, and he sat outside, right? And like told them what to fucking do and this and that. Like he was involved in the getaway, right? This woman was like fucking 40 miles away. The thing is the difference there. It's not the same thing. Right. No parade fight talk. Yeah, I mean, I didn't do those blogs. I was watching them though. I thought it was hilarious. I've been to these parades. I hate meatheads in general that feel the need to fight. I hate testosterone, like amongst fucking, people between the ages of like what, 21 and 26, around there. They all have this thing, chip on their shoulder, where they want to prove they're like the toughest guy in the room. Oh, I'm so fucking tough. Fight anyone, dude. Yeah, what does it matter, dude? Honestly, what does it matter? Oh, no, that guy's tougher than me. Oh, fucking no. God forbid. You said, shut up. Shut up. Oh, look at you. You have fucking 30 rack of Coors Light. You're so cool. You must like to drink and party, dude. Shut up. Can't stand these people. So anyway, I mean, maybe because I kind of was one of those people, like not to like, maybe I kind of hate my old self, right? Like 21-year-old Uncle Turtle Boy walking around. I mean, I wouldn't have walked around with a 30 rack of Keystone Lights. I'd put him in a fucking backpack at least. Christ. And if I'd never been in a fight before, which clearly the kids in the Patriots gear had never been in a fight, I wouldn't pick a fight with someone. And they picked the fight. Do you think your Gaffney has cried about the blog? Here's what I know Gaffney did. Get this. So, as you guys can see, we're selling those Patriot shirts, right? And we use the logo. Now, it's probably not legal to do that, but fucking whatever. Like, if they send us a cease and desist, if we get Robert Kraft's attention, we'll take it down. Whatever. So, I noticed the first fucking order shirts comes in when we put them up. $500 worth of shirts. All triple XL. The address they send them to? Patriot Place. Ordered to Bob Kraft. Somebody ordered $500 worth of those shirts to Bob Kraft. Take a wild guess who that was. It was Michael Gaffney, of course. Of course it was him. I canceled the order. But that's how insane Michael Gaffney is. Of course he's the first one. I guarantee he's watching this right now. Right? And who's got the money, the spare money to do that? The same kind of guy that would pay for fucking $10,000 worth of stamps. Right? Of course it was Mike Gaffney. He wants Bob Kraft to get them, see the logo, and put a cease and desist on us. Of course Michael Gaffney is diabolical enough to do that. Did I charge him? No. I canceled the fucking order. I should have kept the money. You know what I thought about doing, Nick, afterwards? I should have changed, I don't know if I can do this, changed the address to Mike's house so that he fucking gets them and I get the money. How about that? How about that? Yeah, steroids make Milky Mike do it. Yeah. Whew. Why not just one? Well, because he wanted to that's a good question, but I guess he wanted to overwhelm him. Yeah, his brain is like a Turtle Boy zombie. He's got TBDS, to say the least. And that guy is never going to rest. He's never going to rest. So, anyway. Any last minute questions before I call it a night here? No, I can't uncancel it, Angela. It is what it is. Any last minute questions? Just the mail. Yeah, Mike Gaffney's. All right, so it looks like we're kind of running out of shit here. What's my favorite color? I don't know. It changes. When I was a kid, I used to I liked red a lot, even though it's communism. Then I liked green. I went through a purple phase. It's kind of weird. Overall, I'd have to say green. I got to keep it real for the Turtle. Who the Pats going to draft? Someone sucky, because we're going to pick 32nd again, like we do every other year. Let's see. What's on deck for Saturday? I haven't even looked yet. I don't even know. How long till Facebook jail lets you out? Clarence will be out tomorrow around noon. No, he did not put his name on the order, Shannon. The name on the order was Robert Kraft. So he ordered him to Robert Kraft. Yeah, the live show should be on Saturday. I don't see why not. Because like you said, The Walking Dead returns. And this season is going to be the fuck... I don't know Walking Dead fans in here, right? I can't wait for The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead has been bad for many years now, right? The Negan shit dragged on for way too long. There was the point when, you know, he cracked open Abraham's head and Gabriel and Glenn's head. That was a good episode, obviously. And then it was like 2 straight years of tension and not really that much happening, right? Well, now we're back to the scary shit because now you got these whisperers, right, who are the fucking biggest enemy. In the comics, they kill the Whisperer Wars. Everybody fucking dies, right? Ezekiel dies, Rosita dies, Jesus is dead. Sorry if you don't watch the show, but I gotta talk about it. So, in the show, the zombies are fucking, you know, they're easy to kill at this point. These are veterans who are around. They're used to killing zombies. They're not really that much of a threat anymore. Except for the Whisperers. They dress up as fucking zombies. They kill zombies. They take their skin, and then they wear it. And they walk amongst them, because the zombies can't smell you if you have their skin on. And they whisper to each other directions, and they herd fucking zombies towards people and use them as weapons. And so you don't know who's a fucking whisperer and who's a zombie. That's fucking freaky, man. Freaky. I saw one clip where Daryl shoots. He's got like 10 fucking, you know, walkers coming towards him. And he just starts shooting them in the kneecap. First guy doesn't fall. It's obviously a real zombie. The next guy fucking screams and falls. That's a person. And because of that, he alerts all the other zombies. They fucking eat them. The other 2 people, they get killed. So I can't fucking wait. Come on. I haven't told you anything, Joel, that you haven't seen. I haven't told you yet nothing you haven't seen. Because, you know, that hasn't happened yet. I was just watching, I go on the Walking Dead's Facebook page. Sometimes they show you fucking, you know, in the next episode, whatever, you know. Judith Grimes is going to be a great character. I'm looking forward to that, right? Maybe we can do that. Looks like we got a lot of Walking Dead people here. A lot of Walking Dead people there. That's good, right? And yeah, so we're going to be, I don't know if some of you guys don't watch The Walking Dead, but, you know, yeah, maybe we'll do an after show, right? We do our own version of that. Maybe we can do that Sunday, perhaps. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Just popped in to say that I love the daily history lessons, but I have to get up early tonight. Thank you, Silent Cal. I think that was one of your ideas. Yeah. All right. So we're going to call it a night, folks. It's getting a little late. This has been a longer show, but it's great talking to you people. We had a good time, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow, actually. We'll be back. So see you guys then. Peace out, Redis.